How are y'all, and welcome back to another episode of KCG Plays. Today we are playing Luck Be a Landlord, and we're just going to do some regular floor 9 runs. Let's jump in and let's see what kind of interesting synergies we can get today. I could start off with a cultist. I don't mind having a handful of them in, even if they're not the main focus of the run. Okay, I could take a coal, but that's 2 items now that are only worth a 0, so I think I'm still okay for rent, but it'll be close. And actually I'm not. So if you take 2 items that are worth 0 on the first rent payment and every other item is worth 1, you don't make the first rent payment, which is something interesting. I thought you could get away with it, but apparently not. So very quick run to start off today's video, but we learn something new every day. Okay, let's take a mouse. Don't mind having some cheese. Here we could take a toddler, I guess. If we had gotten a bubble in the last one. Here I will take a cultist over the cheese. Possibly not the wisest of choices. And here I'll take a pinata for the toddler. I think that's probably the best of them. And green pepper should hit every few times, particularly with this pinata. Will it hit this turn? No. Second cultist is quite good. It'll start paying out. And with the toddler we shouldn't have any problem. I don't mind taking 1 ninja. That allows me to get things like a ninja and mouse. And also the ninja's blade, cursed katana, and having 1 ninja to start that off is quite good. So we made the 50 rent payment, 61 left over, no problem whatsoever. 100 due in 6 spins. Here I think I'll take an item capsule, and here I could take so I could take, I think birdhouse could be quite decent, could be alright anyway. Let's take another item capsule. What did I get from the last one? Okay, happy hour, I'm always happy to have that. Let's take a seed. Okay, and here let's take a coal. We should be well ahead of rent. And we can take a chicken because we do have birdhouse. Oh, we got blue pepper, excellent, from the item capsule, that's quite good. And let's take a milk is worth more than a candy. We still have a candy. Is that left over from the pinata? That's been there for a while. Okay, we made the 100 rent payment with 67 left over. Let's take another pinata and let's take, could take lemon. It's quite good. Lockpick is quite good. I think a lemon is probably more worth it. So we're getting double value from the empties. We're getting lemon and blue pepper. So if we have 3 empties roll in, that's actually worth 2 each, those empties. I could take a bronze arrow, I guess. How are we doing? 36. We'll have no problem with this. Don't particularly want another egg. Let's remove the coin. Okay, I could go Hex of Tedium. Let's try it. Get a few more cultists. Don't want any of these. Let's skip. We're pretty far ahead of rent for some reason. Not entirely sure why. It must be the pinatas. So we made the 150 rent payment with 72 left over. 225 now due in 7 spins. Let's take an removal capsule and let's take red suits, I guess. I guess we are getting value from the empties and double value sometimes, so that's probably why we're so far ahead of rent. Bubble eaten by the toddler straight away, that's great. Let's skip this and let's remove something else worthless. Let's go with the flower. Okay, that bar soap is doing great. Let's take a second coal for some late game scaling while we can get away with it. And I don't particularly want a seed. Let's skip this. 37, we should have no problem. I already have a banana and I actually have no monkey. Okay, we should have a diamond coming in. There's our monkey for our banana, that's grand. Now we'll pick up a thief at some stage to get rid of that banana peel. We made the 225 rent payment with 62 left over. 300 now due in 7 spins. I don't want any of these. Let's re-roll and let's take a lucky capsule. And I don't particularly want conveyor belt, but time machine's quite good with the diamonds. One of them pops in and the other one should be fairly soon afterwards. Let's take a second hex of tedium. Okay, there goes our lucky capsule. Let's see what we got. We have magic key, not really good enough. Moon. Owls are worth twice as much. Sure, it gives 3 as well, so it's not a bad symbol. We have... Did I not remove that flower? Let's take a candy for the toddler and let's get rid of that flower for the second time. It's giving me deja vu and I don't like it. Okay, here we could take nothing particular. Skip. We should be fairly far ahead of rent, right? Getting 30 per turn. We're actually not that far ahead of rent. Not as safe as I thought we were. Let's take another hex of tedium. And are we going to make rent? We actually didn't make rent, so we failed on the 300. What happened? I think I just got a bit complacent here, to be honest. Skipped a few too many symbols. Tried to stack tedium. Didn't get cultists. Yeah, just a bit complacent there. By the time I realized that we weren't going to make rent, it was already too late. But could have been an interesting run if we kept going. It could have been a kind of diamond and cultist run, but we'll see how it goes. Let's take a bubble. Alright, let's see if we can get a win out of this session. So 2 down, 1 to go. Here are these. Let's take a... Oh, I don't particularly like any of these. Let's take a banana, I guess. And we could take a coal. And we made the first rent payment with 7 left over. So 50 now due in 5 spins. Let's take a bronze arrow. And let's take Maury the Rabbit versus Pizza the Cat. Let's take Maury the Rabbit. And we can start adding rabbit fluff then if we see it. Let's take a second coal. Okay, and let's take a rabbit. So I guess it's worth 2. Slightly better than a cat. Should have taken Pizza the Cat. Let's take a dwarf. Yep. Just have to plug in the old laptop. Alright, there we go. No problem whatsoever. Let's take a shiny pebble. Let's stack luck. If there's one thing the last challenge, the only commons challenge told us, is that stacking luck is good. Not good enough apparently. We didn't make the 50 rent payment. I guess we took 2 coals and we didn't have any items that were eaten to kind of offset the fact we weren't getting any rent from these coals. Okay, I'm gonna have to pay more attention to that in future. So this is pretty disastrous start to the episode. 9 minutes in and we've already lost 3 runs, so not great, but maybe we can, hopefully we can turn around. Okay, let's take another coal, but just the one, till I'm sure we can make rent. And as we learned, we can't afford to take either the coal or the cultist, and I think we have to take the banana peel just to make rent. A cheese is pretty good, happy with that. And we're well over now, so maybe we could have afforded to take... I don't know how it works. Let's take a bronze arrow. And out of these, we could go... Yeah, let's go lucky cat. Let's try and stack the luck. Get something good. We could take a milk for the cat. Happy enough with that. Bar of soap will help fill up the empties with stuff that gives 2, so that's a pretty decent one. And we should make the next rent payment. Let's take, don't particularly want any of these. Let's take another banana, I guess. Yep, with that bar of soap. Let's take a target because we're 2 and we do have an arrow, so a decent symbol. We made the 50 rent payment with 20 left over, 100 now due in 6 spins. I think an item capsule is generally quite good. And checkered flag, is checkered flag better? Allows to take slots. They're pretty much the only ones I would take, even with checkered flag. Let's take blue pepper. Help get us through the late game. We got white pepper, so gain 3 whenever we get a multiple of 3. Let's take a wealthy capsule there. Okay, a few things popped off there, so we shouldn't have any problem. I don't mind the Matryoshka doll. And we do have a dwarf, we don't have a dwarf. So let's take a big urn because it gives 2. And it's decent if we find a way of popping it. We could take a rabbit fluff and just stack the luck a little bit more. Okay, Matryoshka doll is starting to pay out. Here we could take, let's take a shiny pebble. We're quite far ahead of rent, so we don't need to worry too much. And we made the 100 rent payment with 77 left over. 150 now due in 6 spins. Okay, we don't have a toddler, so let's re-roll and let's get sapphire, I guess. And here we don't have a ninja, we don't have a mouse. Don't particularly want tax evasion. We were offered the choice of we were offered tax evasion and checkered flag, which is a decent combination. Let's take jack-o'-lantern. That means it'll be worth taking a toddler for after one. So for that gain, we'll take the candy in the hopes. Let's take chemical 7. 5-sided dice would also be decent there, possibly better. And here, let's take a big ore. Okay, we could take another Matryoshka doll. I don't mind that. Works out of 4 eventually, and let's remove the coin. Okay, you don't want any of these. Let's skip these. We're still ahead in rent, so we're still okay. And we made the 150 rent payment with 56 left over. 225 now due in 7 spins. Let's take another target and let's take tax evasion this time, I guess. And we'll take a void creature. Okay, target and void creature. 57, good spin. We don't have a mouse, but we do have a cheese. So we need about 20 per spin. So yeah, we should have no problem making the next rent payment. Let's take a lucky capsule. Okay, we have a diamond rolling in. And we could get witch. Okay, we could take crow. That would give 6 every 4 spins. It's not brilliant. Let's take the witch anyway because she is worth 2. And we do have an urn kicking around somewhere, so we might get some spirits. Do we have anything to feed the dwarf? We don't. Okay, let's take a rabbit fluff instead. We've got a bit of a funny old deck going on here, but diver is pretty decent. That gives us something to kind of work towards. And we made the 225 rent payment with 64 left over. 300 now due in 7 spins. Let's take another big urn and let's take lockpick. Okay, we need some kind of stuff to clear up this deck. Let's take a buffing capsule and let's remove the... We're probably never getting a monkey, so let's remove the banana. At least the banana peel we can get rid of. Okay, we didn't take the dwarf, so let's take the oyster. Hope the diver gets to it eventually. Okay, with 4 spins, we should... 4 spins, we need about 30 per spin. Yeah, we should make the rent easily enough. We could take another diamond. Okay, there goes our safe, which means we'll definitely make rent. And we could take another bronze arrow. We definitely need some way of getting rid of these urns. That would be good. Hooligan is just what we're looking for. Okay, diver eats up twice, which is pretty decent. And we made the 300 red payment, only 35 left over. 375 due in 8 spins. We don't want a hooligan, we don't want a King Midas. Let's take a removal capsule, I guess. And let's take piggy bank. It's just worth 2 every turn. What do we have here? Okay, we don't have a toddler, so we don't want a pinata. Probably should have taken a miner for the big ore, maybe. Let's remove. What's our most worthless item? It's probably this cherry. Okay, we're definitely going to have to get the hooligan to hit the big urns, and then maybe a few decent hits on the witches. We're getting 40 per turn. It's not at 200. It's very close. It's very close. We already have 2 rabbit fluffs. We don't want any more. Unfortunately, we've no way of getting rid of the billionaire. Okay, we're not even getting 40 per turn as well. So if this hooligan would hit an urn, that would definitely help us. But I forgot the divers eat anchors. I think we have to hope that the safe rolls in and gets hit by an arrow. This is bananas. Let's take a target. We need to get 100 on this spin. Oh, he finally hits the spirit, but it's a bit too late. And we... Oh, will we make it? Okay, even with the piggy bank, unfortunately, we can't make the run. So it looks like luck is just not with us today. We had, what's that, 4 runs. This one, we destroyed a load of capsules, actually. But unfortunately, just couldn't make this run work. And this was the longest run on the 375. So not a great day for floor 9 runs, but we'll be back tomorrow with have another go. So I hope to join you there. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like and subscribe to be notified every time I make a video, and helps the channel grow. It's all good things. And until next time, guys, take care of yourselves and cheers for now.